Right, hello again. You're about to see my best country streak yet. Yeah, you won't believe how it ends. Not well, but good streak. Enjoy. So let's go straight in. So first one, we have a very recognisable South Africa sign there. Name kind of Dutch looking, and then the landscape helps us out. Obviously, other things like the sun being in the north, etc. Next one, right. These trees make me think of the kind of southern US, and we actually are right down by the coast there on the Gulf of Mexico. This one, bit of French. What do I make of this one then? I go for France, and it is in that kind of Ardennes area. Maybe I didn't notice the Belgian plates with the red numbering, lettering. This time we have quite a lot of snow. I think this is Finland. This one looks like Taiwan to me from here. I can't remember. I think once we zoom in on the street signs, it kind of confirms it. I think as well, the lack of yellow plates kind of ruled out Japan there. But the architectural clues were there too, which is mostly just familiarity. So we're on 5. Let's go to the next game. Okay, so looks to be South Korea. There's nothing huge, no huge giveaway for Asia there really, but South Korea often has those yellow warning signs, and it didn't quite feel European. They do drive on the right. And they have that black car, so those things kind of combined. This one's going to be Finland. Place names look Finnish enough. Those directional signs are very Finnish. Architecture in the background as well. Ends up being right on the border with Sweden. I did recognise a couple of those names, but I couldn't really remember where they were. This time... Okay, this time it has a Southeast Asian feel with the mountains and the climate. These mopeds, I think I'm trying to get a sense of what side of the road they might be driving on, because I feel like I'm probably leaning towards Indonesia. Yeah, I am leaning towards Indonesia, and it is. I end up unbelievably close. We'll take that. Maybe I kind of felt they were driving on the left. Also, some of the colours in the architecture, you can find that kind of thing in Indonesia fairly often. Now we've got a clear UAE round. That Jumeirah is classic UAE. I think it's like a beach in Dubai with that name. I don't really know why I didn't click there. Probably absent-minded. Next one. Okay. Well, we actually have the kind of something hinting towards the Mexican flag, but some of the architecture is some of it's a bit different to what I'd usually expect to see in Mexico, to be honest. So I'm just a little bit more hesitant, but we've got the flags there on the painted bit on the wall. So I kind of decide to trust that, even though in a way some of the architecture was making me think a bit of South America. So we're on 10. Let's keep going. Right. We've got that's actually an Alberta bollard there. The one we could see down in the bottom right, so that makes it easy. We've got yellow plates here. Architecture looks French to me. Let's see if I go for France. I do. Okay, this might be Italy. No, sorry, it's not. I don't think it is. I can't remember what this one was. I'm trying to squint to see those. Okay, no, it was Italy. Okay. Thank God I got there in the end. One of the close building didn't really look that Italian, but I guess I just felt it was Italy. That very flat part of the country is often quite recognisable because most of Europe isn't really that flat. And once you rule out Belgium, Netherlands, you kind of often left with that part of Italy, particularly in Western Europe. So this one I I spooked myself a bit in this one because I couldn't quite remember. So there's a thing with the plates of Malaysia and Indonesia. So if you see that white car, it's in the numbering on the number plate is in 2 white blocks almost. And one country has 3, the other country has 2. So if you get a good view at a number plate, that can help you tell if you're in Malaysia or Indonesia. I think I just kind of psyched myself out here and was convinced that I'd misremembered, but I changed it to Malaysia last second and go for it. So we get 15. So it's Malaysia that has the 2 blocks of text on the number plate. So we're on 15. This one, couldn't really remember the car, but these kind of I don't know, almost Danish looking street names I've seen in Charlotte Amalie before. Managed to 5k because we've got the street names. Looks Finland. Quite often you get the kind of autumnal looking trees in Finland on Google Maps coverage. Obviously a seasonal thing. What have we got here then? Maybe this is Russia. I feel like, yeah, the distance markers are helping there for sure. I think at first I probably thought it might have been Bulgaria because of, again, bringing seasons into it. Felt like Bulgaria might be possible, but I think the bollard there almost ruled it out. So we've got a white horse sign here, so that puts us fairly close in Canada. Now this one's for 20. I've zoomed in on Senegal. With those dashed road lines and the kind of dry landscape and the kind of African looking trees. So we're on 20. Next one. Okay. We've got a green plate there, which at first makes me think of the Philippines, and then I kind of look around, kind of realise we're driving on the left, and then realise we've actually got some Thai script. So the green plate is a bit confusing here. I don't think you see that often in Thailand, really. Could be wrong. But should be somewhere fairly western. It's actually southwestern. Okay, we've got, I think we had some Portuguese there, so it's clearly Brazil. What have we got here? We've got concrete road, another of those green plates, but this time I definitely think it's Philippines. Those clusters of quite tall palm trees often make me think of the Philippines. They're often quite closely packed together, unlike some countries like Cambodia or Thailand, where they don't quite look like that. So this one, okay, so this is a Southern Africa round, I think. And I think the sign just about makes me lean towards South Africa rather than Eswatini or anything. So we're on 25 now. This time we've got a bollard which would place us in Austria or Slovenia. I go for Slovenia here. A little bit nervous about this one, but it ends up being right. Could have gone wrong, that one. Bricks here, very South Korean looking. If you want to zoom in on the script, you can, but the architecture does it. This one, I sort of thought this one could be Spain. I guess I didn't quite look closely enough. But then I guess I see a plate, which helps me. But yeah, the more you look at it, it doesn't look quite as Spanish as I thought initially, but you couldn't rule it out. Okay, this time looks like we've got Spanish language. The beetle is quite Mexican. With the colours on the buildings and that kind of thing, it makes me think of this area. Not quite like Merida or anything, but more around there, and up being quite close. This one, we've got Ecuador flag, but for some reason, because I was on quite a good score here, I kind of wanted to track down this Peninsula Santa Elena, or whatever it was. So I end up spending a bit of time, so I've sped it up a little bit in a second. But yeah, this kind of dry, flat area of Ecuador is quite often going to be the kind of the southern half of the coast. I'm just looking for Santa Elena, basically, which, as you'll see, doesn't actually come up. So I'm just scanning. The funny thing is, one of the signs said Atahualpa, but I kind of missed it, and you could see the town of Atahualpa there. So yeah, I kind of run out of patience because I know it's not as likely to be that northern part of the coast, which is less dry. So I end up down here, almost bang on that Atahualpa town in the end, even though I missed it. So yeah, very pleased to get to 30. This is real. This is good territory now. This is where a PB is a possibility. Nearly the 24k. So, right, we've got the trees that kind of scream Australia here. I think hint of some bollards as well. This one, I look at Ireland here because of the architecture, I guess. And then I noticed some rugby posts. I don't really know why I was so quick to go Ireland, but maybe the architecture really helped. We've got a BR road, so that's obviously Brazil. Plenty of other good clues here, like the road surface itself, the road markings, etc. Canadian flag there to help out. Otherwise, this one could have been a bit of a tricky one. I think we get a similar one here. This one is the US because we've got that mile-an-hour speed limit sign. Although that landscape there you wouldn't find in Canada, I feel quite confident that it's around this part of the country, and it is. So we're on 35. This is where I start to get excited. So I recognise Hong Kong here. I've been to this exact area. I've probably been on this street, actually. It's so the street names help. I zoom in to the right. So this part is where it would be quite hilly and have this feel. I did actually see Aberdeen Street there, but I must have just missed it. Right, okay, again, we have that black car of South Korea, but apart from that, the way these apartment buildings are, they almost look like a kind of fortified wall. I've noticed that around Seoul a lot. So I think even without the car there or anything, the architecture would help. This one, we've got the kind of wide roads that you'd find in Russia. Now, what else do we actually have here? I think the bollards kind of rule out some other countries, so I feel like Russia's safe. This time, South America for sure. It actually says Bolivia there, so that's nice and helpful. Peru would be possible, but Bolivia would be more likely anyway, based on the architecture. Classic walls you find in Malta and those kind of white cliffs. Shouldn't be a hard one. So we're on 40. This is approaching my my PB now. Kenya flag there. Helps. Starting to get excited again. That kind of autumnal look to the trees, and then once we see a bit of the language, strongly pushes me towards Finland. Now this one, wow, okay. Can't read that. Not a lot here, really. This is making me nervous because I know I'm within one or two of my old PB, so I really don't feel good. This is one of those where there's nothing to base it on, really. I think it might be Mexico, and I'm happy. Next one, it says Crotone, which I know is in Italy, down here. Just spin around. Notice we've got some sea to the north. So that at least fits. Very good. And now I think that makes it a PB. Although I couldn't remember if it was 43 or 44. So this one's for 45. However, this one's kind of hard. Those two signs there don't even make it clear which side of the road we're driving on. But with the trees and with those yellow triangular signs, Poland is the main one. And then I can't read that, but I feel like you could see those yellow signs in Poland, and that is lovely for the 45. Could have gone badly wrong that one. Right, this game is for 50, so I think it says Podgorica there. I'm looking for the rifts in the sky, but we don't see them. But I won't let that faze me because you don't always have them. The signs look right. Even the palm trees that I've definitely seen in the more kind of coastal areas of Montenegro. Next one, right, we've got kind of Mexican colours. It actually says Viva Mexico there. I didn't notice that at the time. That is news to me. That would have made me even more confident. Nice and close. I think here I'm just checking that my thing's still recording because I know I'm on a PB. So South Africa based on landscape. Right, we're driving. I think we get a nice clue here. Petro, Ecuador. God knows where I would have gone if not for that. Hopefully Ecuador, but you never know. So this is for the 50. This is for the 50. So I just lean Taiwan here, and that gets me the 50. Lovely. New territory. Next one. Right. I'm not going to say too much here. The sun is kind of inconclusive, but when I watch it back, it definitely looks to be more in the north. The sign there is making me think of Mexico in a way, and I don't know why I did this. It was just a stupid way to end it. It wasn't that hard. It was not that hard. But it happens. 50 streak. So yeah, thanks for watching. Pretty good streak, happy with that, but I do just think given how that ended, and I should really have got the right country there. It was, watching it back, I almost thought it was not just Argentina, but an easy Argentina, so I really don't know what I was doing. Just one of those unexplainable moments. So yeah, you kind of wonder, had I got that one right, maybe I could have got 60, maybe I could have got 70. You never ever know. But glad to have got a PB. And I'll catch you next time.